Hello students, today we are going to study our third poem, A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris from our book First Flight Standard 10. Here poet refer the zoo. I think all of you are familiar with this place, zoo. What are zoos? When I ask this question to you, your answer will be zoos are the place where several animals are kept. So before starting this poem, I want to ask how many have visited zoo? And what about your experience? As I know, when I went to zoo, I saw the animals were not active. They were lazy, not happy because they were not in their natural habitat. So there is a contrast between the tiger. So there are two images presented here by the poet, first in the zoo and second in the natural habitat. So students, move about the author. Author Leslie Norris. So George Leslie Norris was a prize-winning Welsh poet and short story writer. He taught at academic institutions in Britain and United States, including Brigham Young University. Norris is considered one of the most important Welsh writers of the post-war period, and his literary publications have won many prizes. So move to the first paragraph of the poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. So before reading this, first we know about the theme of the poem. The poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle and back again to the zoo. The poet wants to depict the difference between the two environments, the environments of the zoo and the environment of its natural habitat, the jungle. So start to read the poem. He stalks in his vivid strips the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet, quiet in his quiet rage. So here the poet has personified the tiger and used the word he. He is generally used for the human beings, but the tiger is personified here as a human. So here he stalks means walk in his vivid strips. So the tiger moves up and down of his cage. The stripes on his body are of strong bright color. The stripes on his body, it shows the bright color, and the tiger moves quietly on his velvety pads. He is full of rage, means full of anger, but he is quiet because he knows that he is helpless there and he is locked in the cage in his stripes. He is full of velvet, that he is quiet, but his race because of his race is quiet because he is in cage. So tiger has sharp clear stripes on his body. He looks majestic as he moves slowly and quietly in his cage. He has soft velvety pads. He makes no noise as he moves. He has brilliant shining eyes also. So move to the next paragraph. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through the long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. Lurking here means hiding. He should be hiding near in the shadow. Slides through long grass near the water hole means water stream where the plump deer pass. Looking at the imprisoned tiger, the poet is filled with pity. He says that the poor tiger should have been in his natural habitat. Then at this point of the night, he would have been lying in the shadows of a tree and sliding quietly through the long grass. There, near the water hole, he would be waiting for some fat deer to pass that way. Thus, he would be lying there in expectation of a heavy feast. So, here the writer is saying that the tiger would be lurking in the shadow of the tree and he would be sliding slowly through the long grass and he would be sitting by some water hole and waiting for some plump deer to pass that way. Next paragraph. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle edge, baring his white fangs, his claw, terrorizing the village. He is personified as a tiger, should be snarling. Snarling means make an angry warning sound around houses at the jungle's edge. Baring means uncover or expose. Baring his white fangs. Fangs means sharp teeth and claws means sharp nails. Terrorizing the village, making a state of extreme fear. So he create or make a state of extreme fear to the village and the villagers. So here the poet imagines that the tiger would be doing in case he failed to find any prey. Prey means hunting in his natural habitat. He says the tiger would be growling at the edge of jungle near some village. He would be showing his white fangs and claws while moving here and there. He would thus become a cause of terror for the villagers. The poet here gives a hint that if we destroy that natural habitat of the tiger, they will be forced to turn to our towns and villages to find their food. So the tiger would be moving around the houses in a nearby village. He would be growling while moving around. The sight of the white fangs and his terrible claws would fill the villagers with terror. So student, next paragraph. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. So the tiger is moving along the length of the cage slowly and quietly. He sees that visitors keep coming and going. None of them think of releasing him from the cage. The tiger sees that all of them are follows, means all of them are fellows without feeling. So he stops taking any notice of them. So here the poet sees the tiger that he is locked in a concrete cell in the zoo. In spite of all his strength, he now lies imprisoned behind the bars. Very slowly and silently, he moves up and down along the length of the cage. He takes no notice of the visitors who come to the zoo and to have a look at him. So move to the next paragraph. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars. Here the patrolling cars means the cars that he used for keeping guard and for watching the cage, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. The tiger knows no rest during the day because of the visitors. Even at night he remains disturbed due to the noise of the patrolling cars. He keeps staring means looking attentively at the brilliant stars with his brilliant eyes. Perhaps he is asking heaven why he has been imprisoned there. So one thing is there, the poet has lost all hope from men. Now he has hope from heaven only. This is, and it is this hope that he has kept the brilliance in his eyes. That is why the tiger looks at the brilliant stars with his brilliant eyes. So, students, that is the end of this poem. It is written by Leslie Norris. Now, here you can see here the Winnie the Pooh is saying thank you. So, thank you to all of you. Thank